Welcome to the Torah Anytime Tisha B'Av Bursts of Inspiration. One of the permitted areas of Torah study on the holiday of Tisha B'Av. I call it a holiday because it's a moed at the end of the day. It's going to soon, maybe this year, be an actual moed, be a time of celebration. It's a time to think and reflect. It's not really a time to learn. There are certain parts that we are allowed to learn. One of those permitted areas is the Gemara in Gittin. The Gemara in Gittin 55 tells us of a story that discusses Kamsa bar Kamsa, pretty well-known story that there was this Jew he made a whole banquet, a very festive banquet for many people, and he wanted to invite his friend Kamsa. By mistake, he sent the invite to Bar Kamsa, and Bar Kamsa came, and the host made a whole tumult, and ultimately he threw Bar Kamsa out of the banquet, and Bar Kamsa got so upset, he went to the Roman government and incited them against the Jewish people. One thing led to the next. The Beis HaMikdash was destroyed. That's the story. And the Gemara tells us something amazing. What was the deciding factor? What was the deciding factor for the Beis HaMikdash being destroyed? Most people would say, what do you mean? Sinas chinam. You had somebody, a host, who took out a guy and he threw him outside. What a bizayon he made of him. Maybe that's what I would have thought, right? After all, there was tremendous sinas chinam going on. That's not what the Gemara says. The Gemara in Gittin tells us something startling. The Gemara in Gittin tells us, you know why the Beis HaMikdash was destroyed? Amar Rabbi Yochanan said, An v'sanuso shel Rabbi Zechariah ben Avkulas. The humility of Rabbi Zechariah bar Avkulas, the humility of Rabbi Zechariah, the son of Avkulas, hechriva es beiseno, destroyed our temple. V'sarfa seichalenu, it burned down our sanctuary. V'higlisanu me'artzenu, and exiled us from our land. You see, Bar Kamsa incited the Romans against the Jewish people. And according to the Meiri, by him doing that, he was chayiv misa. And the Rav, at the time, Rabbi Zechariah ben Avkulas, should have paskined, you have a Jew who just incited the Roman government against the Jewish people. He is chayiv misa. And the Rav should have paskined that, but he didn't. Why didn't he? B'pnei v'sanu, so he was too humble. The Gerash Yerachim explains that he didn't feel qualified. He didn't feel qualified enough to make this decision. And one thing led to the next, and it was because of this anava. It was because of too much humility that led to the destruction. And what an incredible lesson for us. We have to feel qualified. We have to feel powerful. We have to feel that we have koichos. We have to feel that we have what it takes. We have to feel that we are so incredibly special and great. It was this lack of inner chashivos that ultimately caused the destruction. And there was another great time in Jewish history when the people felt degenerated, when the people felt in a negative spirit, when the people felt that they were lacking chashivos, they were lacking godless, they were lacking greatness. And you know when that started? By the sin of the Egel HaZahav, which, lo and behold, was on the Shiva Asar B'Tammuz, the first day from the 3 weeks. And what does the Pasuk tells us? The Torah tells us, Vayomer Hashem Elai, kum reid maher mizeh, ki shiches amcha, quickly go down from this mountain. Hashem's talking to Moshe Rabbeinu. For the people have degenerated quickly. Your nation has gone bad, Asher Tzeisim Mitzrayim, which you have taken out. Sur maher min haderech asher tzivisim asu lehem masecha. Hashem said to Moshe, arise, descend quickly from here. For the people that you took out of Egypt has become corrupt, They have made a golden calf. My friends, they made a golden calf. They made this intermediary to serve Hashem. Instead of serving Hashem directly, they created this Egel Hazav, this golden calf, to be the intermediary between them and God. On a certain level, they felt degenerated. They felt a lack of chashivos. We can't connect to Hashem directly. It's beneath, we can't do that. That's too above us. That's too high, that's too lofty for us. We need something in between. No, that was their mistake. We are supposed to connect to Hashem directly. We're supposed to connect to Hashem as one, to be davuk to Him. No intermediaries, nothing between Him and us. But the Egel Azav represented that mistake. That same mistake that years later, Mipnei Anfisanuso, because of the humility of this Rabbi Zechariah. That, says the Gemara, is what caused the destruction. How incredibly scary. And I want to share with you something incredible. You know, the words of the Gemara, Amar Rabbi Yochanan Anvisanuso shall Rabbi Zechariah ben Avkulos Hachrivas Beisenu V'Sreifa Esechalenu V'Higlisanu Me'artzenu, has the numerical value of 5,715. My friends, that's the exact same gematria, the numerical value, as this pasuk by the Egel, as the pasuk of Vayomer Hashem Ilai Kum Reid Maher Mizeh Ki Shiches Amcha Asher Otzeisa Mitzrayim Sur Maher Min Haderech Asher Tzivisim Asu Lehem Asecha. The pasuk also has a gematria of 5,715. The mistake perhaps is one and the same. It's a feeling of lack of chashivas. It's a feeling like I'm not big enough. And if we want to bring the geula, if we want to bring redemption, we have to feel that godless. We have to, of course, we have to live with anivos, but we have to live with godless. We have to live with that chashivas that I am so great, that I am so special. And when we think like that, and we truly believe that, and we look at others in that realm as well, through that lens as well, in that prism as well, through that perspective as well, that they are chashiv as well, then that would get rid of sinas chinam as well. You know, in Tehillim it says, Min ha-meitzar karasi ka anoni ba-merchav ka, and I'll leave you with this. This is a drash, that Min ha-meitzar karasi ka, at first, sometimes we call out to Hashem and ha-meitzar from this narrow straits, from this realm of Anvisanuso, from this realm of narrowness, from a realm of I'm not that great, but I'm not that chashuv. And Hashem answers us, Anani ba-merchav ka. He answers us, no, don't live b'meitzar, live ba-merchav, live with expansiveness, live with chashivos, live with godless, live with a sense of mission and purpose, live with a sense that you are special, that you are a gem, that you are precious, that you are nisham, you have a chelek alaykum mamish. And that, yes, He also has. And when you realize that, you realize how great you are and how great He is, that can lead to avas. That can lead to avas chinam. That can lead to crazy amount of love for yourself. V'ahavta l'recha kamocha, for yourself, and loving others as well. Let's feel that godless. Let's feel qualified in our mission to serve Hashem. Let's feel qualified to be a light unto the nation. Let's feel qualified to do Torah mitzvahs. And when you have an urge and you want to look somewhere and you want to eat something that you shouldn't, and you say, no, I'm not going to look, I'm not going to do that, I'm not going to say this lashon hara. And you say, I'm bigger than that. Say, I'm qualified for this. Don't have too much anava, don't have too much humility when it comes to this. Feel qualified, feel special, feel important. Mirz Hashem, the Gula should become and should come mamish very, very soon.